got a box, Let's see what's inside. Hey guys, Ken Johnson here, and so I got a box in the mail. Actually, it came a few days ago, and I've just been so busy I hadn't had the chance to open it up. But it is from Wallace Ranch, California Magenta. It is Wallace Ranch is in California, and so we're gonna see what's in here. I already know what's in it, but I want to show you. I'm so excited. All right, so I open this up. It comes well packaged, and you can already see what some of this is. I'm gonna pull this out, and here we go. Oh man. All right, so this is, it's a little sticky. I would expect it to be sticky, but this right here is a dragon fruit cutting. This, they mark it top, so that's the bottom, goes down into your soil. And I won this. Actually, I won 4 of these. So 2 guys in a cooler, they had a contest, and they partnered up with a bunch of companies, Wallace Ranch being one. No affiliation with Ricky Wallace and Wallace Knife Works that I sometimes partner up with, and he's my buddy. But these people are out in California, and they do dragon fruit. And so I am going to try to grow some dragon fruit. So this right here is S. cetaceous. This one right here is called Physical Graffiti, and top one, so you can see where they mark the top, which is awesome. This right here is called American Beauty, and this prickly gnarly one is called Red Leonardo. So that's the top, that's the bottom. Nice little helix thing going on right there. So I'm gonna go to their website and try to find some more information and see if I can't share that with you. But right now I want to say thank you to 2 guys in a cooler for sponsoring this giveaway. I need to get these into the soil definitely, so I'll be running to Wally World and get me some pots and some pot and soil and getting all that took care of. You have to have a special type of trellis system set up, so eventually I will do that. But for the time being, I'll do a makeshift deal until I can find something better. And I just think it's awesome. I thank 2 guys in a cooler. I also want to thank Wallace Ranch for these cuttings. This is awesome. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below to 2 guys in a cooler, so you can check them out if you like charcuterie. Eric does a great job of showing you how to make sausages and charcuterie, but he also does dragon fruit. And guys, he's so awesome. And whenever I've had a question or whatever, I could message him, just say, hey, look, would this work with deer or whatever, and he gives me an answer right away. Super kind. He don't have to do it, but he does. And these cuttings are absolutely phenomenal. So this is old stock, which means they have a lot of energy already built into them. So that means that a lot of times you get new stock. If you get new stock, it may take a year or longer after you plant before you get a fruit. With old stock like this, even though it kind of looks a little gnarly and stuff, you can get fruit sometimes within the first year. So I'll get these set up, and you might see them in future videos, but I really am so glad to have these, and I really want to thank 2 guys in a cooler and Wallace Knife Works, or not Wallace Knife Works, Wallace Ranch. Well, I just got the dragon fruit potted into starter cups at least, And I actually, after I did the video, it's been a few days. I've been running 9-0. And so during that time, another package came. So we're going to open this up. All y'all know Rebel. This is Bluford, his son. And so this comes from Petra Tools. They also collaborated with Two Guys in a Cooler, so with Eric. And part of that contest I won, and I got Crop Defender. This is all natural insecticide and fungicide. And on here it says that it defeats powdery mildew, fungus gnats, white flies, botrytis, aphids, and trips. So evidently these dragon fruit, because they're in the same family as cactus, have a lot of critters that try to eat on them and eat them. So this is a natural way of taking care of this. It's concentrated. This makes 32 gallons right here. So that's kind of important to note. So I really do thank Petra Tools, and I thank Two Guys in a Cooler. We're going to go back in and we're going to look at the types of dragon fruit that I got, and we'll talk a little bit about them. We're looking at the Wallace Ranch website, and so I thought that this would be a good thing to look at and see what they offer. You can buy the fruit from them. They calculate the shipping, so if you don't want to actually grow the fruit, or you can't grow the fruit, they can actually send it to you. Those some more cuttings. Today is the Friday before Memorial Day, and I was in a box store, one of those home improvement stores, and they had dragon fruit cuttings about what Wallace Ranch provides, maybe a little bit bigger, but not much bigger, and maybe a little older. I doubt it. It may be, trying to give them benefit of the doubt. And they just had a little old flimsy bamboo stick, like that's going to be enough to hold these things up, and a big giant container, and they were selling them for $40 a cutting. So not realizing, most people probably don't realize that these things will get at least 4 foot tall and spread out. You can see some of the beautiful blooms on this, so that's awesome. I love that gate that they have there. You can see their ranch. That is freaking awesome. I love that. And you see how tall they get. They get very, very big. But I'm going to see if we can't look up some of these names and see what we can find. So I wish that they had a way that I could just search for something. So I don't know what, because they do it by flesh, and I'm going to go to all and see if we can go from there and see what we got. American Beauty, that's one of the ones that we got in, and this one right here, I guess we would call that magenta or pink. Yeah. The skin is what they call pink, and the flesh is what they call magenta. And it is self-fertile. So that means that you don't need another pollinator. Now, if you have a different pollinator, that's actually a good thing. Don't get me wrong, it will produce better fruit usually, and this is with any fruit, if you will have a different variety pollinating, you will get better fruit, even though it's self-fertile. But American Beauty, I can see why this is called American Beauty. Good grief. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is just an absolutely gorgeous plant. So I wasn't able to find any of the varieties on the Wallace Ranch website, which is disheartening. So I wanted to look, I'm looking at actually a competitor, Spicy Exotics. And this is Physical Graffiti. They're saying here that they use a refractometer in the fruit production. They don't have a lot of good stuff on here now that I would expect. I like Wallace's website better. Let's see here. Saying that's a hybrid. This Hyloceras guatemalensis and Hyloceras undatus. So produces a pinkish red skin fruit with light purple sweet flesh. They now I do like the fact that they kind of tell you what to expect as far as fruit size, and they're saying about 3/4 to 1.5 pounds per fruit. So these are very heavy fruit. They say it's great tasting, self-fertile. But they'll set fruit with most red-fleshed fruit pollen. So that's important to note, that it is they're saying red, magenta's red. I like them saying magenta on Wallace too. It is self-fertile, that you do need a magenta to go with it. That's important to note. Nocturnal blooms, they're 14 inches across and bloom all summer long. Said that actually tops the list out when it comes to flower production. So this is very prolific. Has three-sided growth, grows very aggressively. That's good information, a lot better than what Wallace gives, so I do like that. Saying that they have found where 1S and Physical Graffiti are the same. I don't know enough about that to comment on that. I'm kind of new to this field. I used to grow cactus from seed, which is a specialty set of knowledge. So I always wanted to grow some dragon fruit, but I was always told if you do it from the fruit seeds, then you don't really know what you're going to get. And that's always true with anything that you buy from a farm or whatever. They're not using all the same types. That can be a problem, but that is a gorgeous, gorgeous fruit there. So that's good to note. Now, I couldn't find this other one, S. Cetaceous. Spice Exotics, they have this on their site as well. Another magenta, actually, this is a stronger magenta. So we'll look at this. So it's Senaliceras cetaceous. Saying that it's a broad variety of fruit from different species. And that's tropical dry forest, which you could definitely say Florida's tropical dry. In some cases, it's really a tropical desert. Um, Common name is pineapple cactus in the U.S. I never heard of pineapple cactus. Uh, Olive colored, three side growth, thick spines, um, small, saying that they're considered small, weighing half a pound. So this is less than the 3/4 pound fruit. Red skin exterior with small fins or spines that are brushed off. So you actually have to brush off spines with this. Said it's similar to pink panther. The fruit is bright purple and has a nice sweet taste. If you don't know what Brix is, that's the sweetness. So that's saying the 19 to 20 on the Brix score. Overall, 5 out of 5 for rating. I don't know what that rating is about. Brix goes to 32 sweetness. So, you're looking about a 19 or 20. That's pretty good. That's fairly sweet. Very, very, very red, high magenta. I don't know if it's self-fertile or not. They didn't say if it's well, it is. It's self-fertile. So another self-fertile plant. So that's good to know. You can see some of this right here, how the flowers form. Then it does this number. These some pretty flowers. I like these flowers. They're gorgeous. And that's where you would, on these right here, you would have to take the thorns off. So that is something to remember, be aware of. So that is S. cetaceus. And then red Leonardo. Let's see what red Leonardo is. All right, so again, spicy exotics. Let's see here. Wow, that is loaded down in seed. Good night. That is, and you look at the fruit seemed to be very long. They seem a little narrow. Maybe the description will say more, but very full of seed. That's interesting. And they have nothing on this. Leo's dragon is what they're calling it. Saying it's self-fertile, saying it's a red or a magenta, but they have nothing on this. I don't know what. It's Silenciaris megalothinus. So actually, if you were going to do two together at a time, looking at the first name, that's Selenoceras, you'd want to do Selenoceras cetaceus and red Leonardo because it is Selenoceras megalanthus X. So it's cross. And so, yeah, definitely I would say put the S. cetaceus with red Leonardo. Don't say what the fruit production is. Don't say, anything else. They have nothing. Uh, that sucks. There's some other information. There's a lot of YouTube stuff. Facebook page, but I'm not seeing anything that I feel comfortable clicking on as a resource. Just not much information at all on how big it gets. Fruit size, I would say the fruit size would be a little small, I would think. Uh, Again, it's taking me back to Spice Exotics. There's nothing there about anything that I can pull. So, just off of a quick thing, now I could go to other YouTubers' websites. I'm not going to do that, but so that's the breakdown of the 4 dragon fruit things. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like. I really would appreciate that. Thumbs up. And with that, comment down below if you've grown dragon fruit, if you've raised dragon fruit. Let me know that. If you eat them, what do you like them? I find that the seeds are a lot better to eat through and eat past than a prickly pear. So I do have experience with prickly pear fruit. It has a cross between apple and banana, and when done right, it's really good, but the stain is unreal, and the seeds, you really need to sieve out the seeds. With dragon fruit, you can eat it with the seeds. They got a little bit of a crunch to them. So most of the grocery store dragon fruit that you buy is ho-hum at best. So I'm hoping that these varieties that you wouldn't necessarily see in the grocery store, they'd be a little harder to get, that maybe they'll produce something good. That's what I want. So with that, you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye.